for the Pledge of Allegiance. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, Colony Titans. Here we are with Titan Media as your anchors. I'm Mercedes Lopez.
And I'm Devin Haslett. Let's get started.
Seniors, your grad night is May 22nd. As you all know, you guys will be going to Disneyland. Your tickets are on sale at the Student Store for $90, and the last day of purchase is April 1st, so don't procrastinate.
This Thursday, March 6th, is the 11th annual dance show titled Applause. Tickets will be $7 with ASB, $8 without, and $10 at the door. They will be on sale at both lunches until Thursday. Come out and support the amazing Colony dancers. Attention Titans, if you are planning on running for an elected position in ASB, there will be a meeting held today during both lunches. At this meeting, you'll be able to ask any questions you have and fill out all forms.
All down payments for your AP testing are due March 13th, which is about a week from now. You can make your payments in the Student Store during your lunch or before and after school only.
And here's another awesome segment of sports with Chris Smith.
What is going on, Colony Titans? I am Chris Smith, and welcome to Titan Sports Center, where I'll be bringing you all your sports news. So, let's get started. I would like to give a big congratulations to all winter sports, soccer, and basketball. So, for this, we're going to do a recap of all winter sports. To start things off, we have girls soccer with an overall record of 14-7-2, and in league, they were 6-5-1. For boys soccer, it was 16-6-3, and their league record was 8-2-2. Great job, girls and boys soccer. Girls basketball had an overall record of 12-11 with a league record of 10-2, and our boys basketball finished up their season last Friday with an overall record of 23-8 and their league record of 11-1. This is pretty hard for me to announce because I've been with these guys since their first game all the way to their last, from the first tip-off to their very last as well. Last Friday they played against Oak Hills in the quarterfinals of CIF. What I can say is that you guys made Colony proud and just keep your heads up high. I would also like to thank all the people who came out to the game on Friday. It was very packed. Football and everyone else who came out, you guys made a lot of noise, and I know the basketball and I appreciate you guys being out there on Friday night. Gabriel Chavez was at the Citizens Bank Arena that participated in the Master Division for wrestling. He finished in 6th place with a record of 5-3. This will place him in the state division, so if you ever see Gabriel Chavez around campus, congratulate him and wish him good luck. I wish you good luck, Gabriel, in your state division. I hope you go far, and I hope you win and make Colony proud. Alright. Final sports announcements. Next Monday, our boys tennis will be playing against Harupa Valley. That game is at home. Game time is at 3:15. So come out and support your boys tennis. Be there or be square. If you guys need updates for games or anything else, or you just want to laugh, you can follow me on Twitter right here at XX or XX. Please don't judge the name. Alright, I know it's funny and you guys will get a laugh at it. So, with that being said, I am Chris Smith. I will be signing off from Titan Sports Center. I will see you guys next week.
And here's Jonathan Deep interviewing two seniors on the colleges they've been admitted to.
Good morning, Titans. This is Jonathan Deep with a quick 60-second or 90-second segment, depending on how long I talk to these two future high school graduates and hopefully college graduates. And today we have Alejandro Vasquez and Stephanie Beres, and today we're going to interview them because both of them have been accepted to four-year universities. So we're going to talk to Alejandro Vasquez first. Our first guest is Alejandro Vasquez, and how are you doing today, man?
Pretty good, thank you.
First of all, this is the obvious no-brainer question. What school have you been accepted to?
I have been admitted to Pomona College in Claremont through the early decision. It's currently ranked number 2 in the nation behind Stanford.
What steps did you have to take to prepare for the application process? And was Pomona College a school that you've always wanted to go to?
Well, since freshman year, I participated in the PACE program, and they really helped me with the college application process. And it's been my number 1, my dream school since freshman year.
What advice would you give to students who will be applying to college for next year? So the juniors who are about to become the seniors.
Well, definitely, I think in my opinion, junior year is the most important. So don't slack off, take as many APs as you can, and just prepare with the SATs. Don't take those seriously, because they do add up. Every little thing adds up in the college application. Extracurriculars, make yourself look as best as possible for colleges wherever you're planning to apply.
All right, I am here with Stephanie. How are you today, Stephanie?
I'm really good. Thank you for asking.
What school have you been accepted to?
I've been accepted to San Diego State University.
Have you always wanted to go to San Diego State?
At the beginning of this year, I decided I wanted to go to.
Was San Diego State University the only college that you got accepted to, or you got others?
I've got accepted to, I applied to 7 of the colleges, but I've got accepted from 6 so far.
What steps did you take for the application process?
Well, I took as many AP classes as I could to make myself look better, because that's what you want to do. Maintain a high GPA. My GPA all 4 years was a 4.5. When your junior year, talk to your counselor, talk to them about taking the SATs. Those are really important. Also the ACTs, and also talk to your counselor about applying to colleges. I applied using CSU Mentor.
All right, final question. What advice would you give to students who are really nervous about applying for colleges?
I would give advice to say that just be better than everyone else. I know that sounds bad, but you're in competition with everyone else to get a spot in a college where you want to be.
So you're saying put yourself high above others?
Yes.
Bit selfish, but okay. Be selfish. That is the key to success. So that is all we have for the future college graduates of the week, and we will see you all next week.
And now let's go to this week's Faculty Undercover.
Good morning, Titans. This is Jonathan Deep with Faculty Undercover, and the teacher that is undercover for this week is Mr. Olivas. He is a digital film teacher as well as a digital photography teacher, and he also happens to be my advisor for Titan Media, the club responsible for making the newscast every week. This is the man. So, do you mind if I ask you a couple questions today?
Sure, absolutely.
All right. First of all, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm all right. I mean, I have to interview you, but
it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
All right. You're right. All right, so first question. How long have you been a teacher?
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years. How long have you been teaching at Colony High School?
I believe I came in 05.
05. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Since you are a film teacher and digital photography teacher, you really get the upper hand of knowing what it's like to teach 2 different subjects. So do you prefer teaching film more or photo more, or is it both mutual?
It's a really nice mix. I love it. It's they're 2 totally different art forms. I like them both. One is more individualistic photography, that is, and the other one is more collaborative, but they balance each other out really well.
All right, and knowing that you are a film teacher and I am a movie critic on Titan Media, I know you love films and you have your collection of your favorites. Out of that collection, do you really have a favorite film?
I think my favorite film of all time is The Godfather. I just find the whole the whole concept of that topic and humanizing it just an incredible feat for Puzo and Coppola and the actors. It's a classic movie.
Knowing that you are an old timer and you've seen a lot of movies in your days, and hopefully you still do, what's your opinion on movies that come out today?
Well, this is going to sound harsh, and I don't want it to sound elitist. I think most films today are not good. They rely way too much on special effects. We're fortunate that the independent film industry market is so active, and those kind of films are, I think, giving us some hope. And occasionally there'll be a surprise, but for the most part, I'm very disappointed in films today. I think the bar has been lowered, and it's just, I hope it swings back the other way.
I've been witnessing some things over the past couple weeks. It's just been a question that's been in my mind. What's with the bongo playing during your free time?
Emphasis, free time. Bongo playing. It's something that I had started a while back, and then I just stopped, and then now recently in my midlife crisis, no stutter unintentionally there. It's something I enjoy, and I just do it here because I get some downtime, and it's fun, and I get to sit in sometimes with bands. And my wife says I'm going to have a stroke, so I better take it easy. But yeah, that's it. just midlife crisis.
Final question, and
Yes.
this is usually one that is tough to answer.
Right.
All the staff members and people who've been on this segment have received it, so will you. Sum up your life at this point, well, so far, in one sentence.
I would say awareness and contentment are the two prevailing things that I would say I've reached at this twilight age. But yeah, just being more content, a little more aware of myself, and just the whole whole life thing is I don't know if any of this makes sense, but when you get older, you just tend to get in a good place. So I feel in a good place. I'm happy. I hope the students feel that. Happy with what you're doing and the club. Definitely. And what we've done here and at home, and it's all great. It's all good. And you're doing good too.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, so that is all we have for Faculty Undercover this week. This is Jonathan Deep, and this is Mr. Olivas. Stop by K21 if you ever want to say hi to him. He's a very interesting guy. It can be boring, but he's interesting for the most part. And that is all we have for this week. And now let's go to Jake Townsen with his Townsen Report.
Welcome, Colony Titans, to the Townsen Report. My name is Jake Townsen, and those are my headphones. Today I will be reporting about everything at Colony High and what's happening around the world. So why don't we get started? Let's move the headphones. First, I'd like a touch-up. No Florida this week because I recently learned that Seth Meyers has a segment just like mine. The segment is called Faker Florida, and it's on Late Night with Seth Meyers, and I couldn't help but be appalled by someone took my idea. Or we just have the same minds. Hey, I'm looking for a job. Second piece of news is that Ellen DeGeneres' Twitter picture with all those handsome people. I mean, look at that picture. Look at that picture. Or it's over here. Look at this. I've never seen so much talent in one photo. I mean, really. It got more retweets than Obama's picture of his wife. Him and his wife, I should say, hugging. Funny, because you know me. I find it funny. The third is also from the Oscars is John Travolta. He presented an award at the Oscars, and he butchered Let It Go singer's name. Her name is, I'm going to say it hopefully right this time, Ida Menzel. He said it like this.
Please welcome the wickedly talented one and only Adele Dazeem.
And now there is a generator that says your name the way he says his name. So Jake Townsen would be J. Townsen. That's the generator pick. So look it up online. It's really fun.
Please welcome the wickedly talented one and only.
Is Russia tested some ICBM missiles, and it's got everyone with a nuclear bomb on the button freaking out. Putin, what are you doing? You're escalating situations that are already escalated. We're this close to going to war with you, and you testing ICBMs is not helping at the situation at all. Just calm down. Put your man circles in a box somewhere and let it solve itself. Let them get what they want. Oh, wait, you don't want that. That's why you're testing missiles. Last piece of news here at Colony High is I am super excited to announce that we do have our Fear Factor segment. This segment will consist of 3 challenges. 1 of you guys eating something, 1 of you guys feeling something, and 1 pool challenge. The battery's running out, guys. Guess what? You can come sign up here in the Titan Media Room in the back or find myself. Come back, have a great time. My name's Jake Townsen of the Townsen Report. Here's Jonathan Deep with his movie review. Love you all. See you guys soon.
Good morning, Titans. This is Jonathan Deep with Titan Movie Review, and this week I'm going to recap the 86th Annual Academy Awards, which occurred on Sunday, or last Sunday, and it was hosted by Ellen DeGeneres. I'm going to talk about a couple things, or the hottest things about the Oscars. First is the actual hosting by Ellen DeGeneres, and she really did a lot of crazy things. She took selfies with a bunch of celebrities. She ordered pizza and had the pizza guy bring it out to famous celebrities in the crowd, and she just did a bunch of these things that were just really fun and eccentric, and it was really one of the first Oscars that I've watched that I really had fun watching. Most of the time, it was really serious, and you know there were a couple laughs here and there, but this show constantly kept going. So shout out to Ellen DeGeneres for doing a great job hosting and the producing and the filming of this event. Another thing that trended at the Oscars was the fact that Gravity won basically every single award that it was nominated for besides Best Picture. Those 7 Oscar wins include Best Film Editing, Best Cinematography, Best Visual Effects, Best Sound Editing, Best Sound Mixing, Best Directing, and another technical award. Another thing that buzzed around the Oscars was the fact that Frozen won 2 Oscars for Best Original Song and Best Animated Feature Film. Personally, in my opinion, I think The Wind Rises and Despicable Me 2 were better, far more entertaining animated films because it appealed to all audiences, but Frozen is the typical generic Disney musical, and it's sort of gives back that nostalgic feel that a lot of Disney movies haven't had in the recent couple years. Frozen was the first one to really bring back all that good musical mojo, so congratulations Frozen for winning Best Animated Feature Film. And a deep apology to Leonardo DiCaprio, who was also the talk of the night, as he was not technically snubbed, but lost for the 3rd or 4th time, because he has been nominated for the Academy Awards about 3 or 4 times, and he's lost every single time. But to be honest, he didn't really deserve the Oscar either. I mean, it would be nice to see him win one, but he definitely didn't deserve it this year, because Matthew McConaughey did give the best male performance of the year, and Jared Leto also won for Best Supporting Actor. Congratulations to both actors, because they were both phenomenal in the Dallas Buyers Club, so congratulations to both of those guys. And also a big shout out to everyone that was associated with 12 Years a Slave, which brought home 3 Oscars, one for Best Supporting Actress from Lupita Nyong'o, who did an outstanding job in the film and gave probably the best female performance of last year. And also it won an award for Best Adapted Screenplay, which basically means it was the best film based off of a book, and it won the biggest award of all, which is Best Picture, and Brad Pitt finally got his first Oscar as a producer of the film. So congratulations to 12 Years a Slave. And now we're going to move on to the actual movie review, and this week I'm going to review Non-Stop. It is an action movie that came out last Friday, starring Liam Neeson, who plays an air marshal who has to save hundreds of passengers on an airplane after a terrorist threatens to kill someone every 20 minutes on the plane. At first I was really hesitant about this movie because I thought it was going to be predictable. I thought I knew where every direction that it was going, and at first it really does seem like that, but that's the great thing about the writing in this movie, is that it takes you in a bunch of directions, and what you predicted or what you think would happen would soon become an afterthought. And that's what I really liked about this movie, was that you were never really sure about who was who, if this person was bad or if this person was good. It always turned on you, and that's what I really liked about it. It was really intense throughout, and that's something that's really hard to find in a lot of action movies these days. I just wanted to keep going at a certain pace, and I really liked that about the movie. So in a quick wrap up, Non-Stop, it's a good movie. It's not great, but if you're in the mood to see a popcorn flick with your friends or family, definitely check this one out. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10, and that is it. This is Jonathan Deep with Type Movie Review. I would give professional shout-outs, but they cost $10.50 per shout-out, so I'd rather not do that. And that is all I have for the Type Movie Review this week. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next week.
Now welcoming Aaron Bostic with Colony Tweets.
aka Big Cat with 2 G's and 2 T's. Now let's get into it for this week. You may remember last week when I said we don't need the Wi-Fi, and I got a ton of tweets telling me, you don't know what you're talking about, we need the Wi-Fi to succeed in school. And you know, I realized maybe I was wrong. Then I realized again, of course I'm not wrong, I'm always right. And reason being, the main argument that made the best point was not every student has Wi-Fi at home, and other students are more privileged to have iPhones and stuff and Wi-Fi at home. I stand by what I said, and nobody made a better point than my friend Charles, who said, why is everybody talking about the Wi-Fi when we need to fix the air conditioning in G building? And I agree. You guys remember during the summer when it was so hot in the G building that the teachers had to hold their classes in other rooms. It was ridiculous. So I think that might take priority over giving all the students the Wi-Fi. All student athletes, take a look at this. And it is a picture of an official homework document that says, retweet if you believe in-season athletes should receive less to no homework compared to classmates that do not participate in sports. Goal, 100,000 retweets. Signed by Barack Obama, signed by U.S. Department of Education. First of all, this isn't how our government works. Second of all, if you actually go to whitehouse.org and start a petition and it gets enough signatures, then the government has to respond to it. So that would be a little bit of a smart thing to do as opposed to retweets. And finally, I disagree with this. I don't think athletes should get less homework. I mean, you should be grateful for the education you're allowed to get anyways. And there's athletes who are barely getting the 2.0 to play sports as it is and you want less of a chance to raise your grade, that doesn't make any sense. Next week, Desiru has asked me, why do you think there's seagulls at our school when it's not a beach? Well, seagulls are scavengers. They scavenge for food opportunistically. So if you pick up your trash and don't litter, they will go away. Simple as that. The next question comes from Brandon Pierce, who asked me, why do you think Colony lacks school spirit? And honestly, I think it's because people have that, oh, I hate school, I want to be here as little as possible attitude, when in reality, if you just have school spirit and have fun with it, you can have a great time in high school and enjoy yourself while you're here, because it just gets harder after this place. And the last one comes from Eyes, who I have to say, because it would be completely unreasonable not to use at least one of his questions after he gave me so many. So here it is. The real question is, when do you think the world will actually end? And that's something I think about, because with all the nuclear explosions, it could really end at any moment.
And that concludes this week's Titan Media. As always, thank you for tuning in. Signing off as your anchors, I'm Mercedes Lopez.
And I'm Devin Haslett. And remember, go high, dream big, and fly high.
And so I crossed some pathway.